Hello, my absolutely beautiful Virgo friends, and welcome to your horoscope for September of 2021, where Virgo, if you're on this side of the Virgo split, happy birthday. It is still a part of your annual solar energy beginning, getting your year going. You're officially kicking off right now, so it's a very exciting time. And as we come into the beginning of this month, you're gifted with that birthday, the big birthday gift in the sky, which is the new moon. So it's very exciting. We'll talk about that. But Virgo, also your ruling planet is going to go into retrograde this month and join the rest of the high retrograde energies we've got going from those outer planets. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that because we will have so much retrograde activity going on, it's actually a really nice energy for slowing some things down. External things are not coming at us as quickly. And what is coming at us, we're more internally grounded and balanced to be able to, I think, more swiftly make those decisions. And decisions that we have made around relationships or are making in relationships, you'll get the opportunity with that Mercury retrograde to really relook at that, especially around things that you value. What are your new and current values in your life, but also things around your finances. So I think it's a really lovely energy that we'll have to work with this month. And of course, for everybody out there, you're going to use this differently. It depends on where you are in your manifestation of your lessons. So not everybody is going to have the best month ever, but everybody is going to have a month where growth is absolutely available to you. So take that for as you will, okay? As always, I would love for you to like this video, comment, share, and subscribe if you wouldn't mind, especially if you're interested in astro things, if you're interested in some guidance, okay? And if you have questions about who this video is really for, if you should listen to it for your sun, moon, rising, check that out in the description box down below. I let you know all about that. All right, Virgo, let's get in here and talk about what's going on this month. Now, first and foremost, as we're coming into the month on the 6th, we're going to see Mercury step into the pre-retrograde shadow time. This is important to understand because the Mercury retrograde doesn't just happen on the 27th and we're in and out. It's not like that. It's a 4-part situation. So we have the pre-retrograde, the retrograde, the direct, and then the post-retrograde shadow time. And we need to kind of clear all of that to understand the set of lessons that our attention has been brought to. So Mercury is going to move into pre-retrograde shadow at 10 degrees of Libra, and this is going to happen again on the 6th. So I want you to look at your particular chart so that it hits home for you. Where does 10 degrees of Libra reside in your chart? Is that a specific place, point, planet that's there? Whatever it is, check that out. And then look all the way to 25 degrees because that's where Mercury is actually going to take the retrograde. So between 10 and 25 degrees of Libra is where the real work of Mercury, what's changing, what's being brought to your mind, these are where the work is going to happen. So pre-retrograde shadow starts on the 6th. Mercury will start to slow down a little. Pay attention to what's coming to your consciousness, especially around things of you. Mercury is going to retrograde, especially on things around you and your money, because Mercury is going to retrograde as your ruling planet in your financial house, in your house of value, in your house of esteem. And you need to be looking at this. What are your new arrangement of values in your life that bring equilibrium in your life? But I also think that look at it strictly from a relationship perspective, right? Who are the relationships you have in your life right now? Do you have relationships that during this retrograde you need to clean up, you need to go back to, you need to set at ease in some way, shape, or form? Are you relating to yourself and how you take yourself out into the world to make money, to add to your finances, allow your creative skills to be seen, heard, and actualized? So you'll be re-looking at this area, even your possessions. You may be getting rid of some things. So you will be looking at this all the way really from from September 6th all the way until November 2nd. So check that out, okay? Now, also on the 6th, we're going to have a new moon happening in your sign in the energy of Virgo. This is going to be at 14 degrees. So check out 14 degrees of Virgo on your chart, wherever that lies for you. And if you're a 14-degree sun, then the new moon is happening right there. You're all swept up in it. But a new moon is your opportunity to plant your seeds of intention to not only begin something new, like really begin something new, but also to give a fresh start and a fresh perspective to something. In your sign, in the first house this is about your body. This is about your external environment, the way that you show up. In the first house, it's about you and how you relate to yourself. It's also about how you relate to other people. This is a fresh start at this new moon, so plant your seeds of intention to Virgo. Let you be the most healthy that you can absolutely be. Take joy in the sacredness of the form that you are traveling in right now, Virgo. Do not be putting yourself down, and if you do, work on that at this new moon, but allow those seeds to be planted. The other thing I think comes really nicely from a new moon in Virgo is that it can give you an opportunity to take yourself out in the world. Present yourself out in the world. Let it be known Virgo is here, happy birthday and all, and you are ready to be seen. This is a wonderful activation of that new moon. Now, when we get to the 10th, we are going to see Venus move into the energy of Scorpio. Venus in Scorpio is going to light up your third house space. Now, when Venus ingresses or comes into a sign or a space, she's usually trying to bring some beauty, some harmony, some gifts with her as well. Venus moving into the third house, writing, teaching, studying, communication, things with siblings, buying, selling a house, trips, all of these things become available for Venus to almost magnetize to you. Now, in the energy of Scorpio, Venus is considered to be in detriment because she can't move the way she really wants to. Instead, Venus has to get very serious, very intense, very passionate about what she's doing, which means she's got to take it a lot more serious. So you may find yourself, as Venus comes here, almost having conversations. You feel magnetized to conversations like, I need to bring a transformation here. I need to bring a healing here. Maybe you yourself, Virgo, most Virgos are, ruled by Mercury, so you have word magic at your fingertips. Are you feeling called to talk? Are you feeling called to blog, to share, to teach, to write that book, to have that conversation with your sibling, to whatever it is in the realm of communication, and you may be feeling very intensely about sharing it? Another very good activation of Scorpio in the third house, Venus in Scorpio in the third house, is really getting into your mind, getting into a psychological rearrangement of maybe even where you were a year ago and what's on your mind, what's working through that's driving you, and is it what is Virgo? Is it the best for Virgo? Is it the most intense, and does it allow you to be free and passionate and out of power struggle? So these will be great things for you to consider as Venus is traveling there, okay? Now, just as we get down the road to the 14th, we will see Mars enter into the energy of Libra. So this is going to activate and bring and create that motion in your second house. Now you're making decisions. You're taking action. Maybe you're even spending. You could be spending more for sure with Mars in your second house, or something comes up and you're needing to invest more in it. But you could also just be taking a lot of action to bring the second house into equilibrium. Now, it's an interesting dynamic because Mars is actually in detriment in Libra as well, because Mars likes to just go straight forward. I want to do this one thing. And Libra is an air sign, so it wants to do this, and this is the movement of air. Mars is not always comfortable doing that. But Libra is a cardinal energy, and Mars can get down with let's do stuff, let's start stuff, okay? But also with Mars in Libra, who is ruled by Venus, Venus is in Scorpio, who is co-ruled by Mars. They actually find themselves in a position of mutual reception. So between your thinking and your ideas and your communications, there's probably some really nice tie to how that connects to your money, to your value systems, and the relationships that you have in your life that support that. So look for those changes to be coming around for sure, okay? As we move and we get down the road to the 20th, we're going to have a full moon in the energy of Pisces, which is right across the street from you. So when it's right across the street, we know we have an opposition. This is a moon. It's a full moon, so it means the sun and the moon are opposing each other. The sun's beaming over here in your sign, ready to do you, live the best Virgo life, material. Let's make it happen in the material plane. But then the moon, your heart, your emotions, what's making you feel secure and what's needing to be looked at this time is in the energy of Pisces. So something, Virgo, at this particular moon could be catching your attention attention from the inside out, that place where your spirit is speaking to you around relationships. And it is your call at the full moon to end something, acknowledge something, or make the adjustment in this particular area of your seventh house. Conscious, chosen one-on-one relationships, which means you know who these people are. You chose them to be in your life, whether now or at some time in the past, or they can even be open enemies. You know them and you know they don't like you, right? And so we can have some Piscean things, some healing, some transition, some culmination, some closure that maybe needs to come to the table. Now, I think that this particular energy is strong with Pluto as well. So I do think that more than anything, this is about healing relationships so that you can have the best structures in your life that are absolutely available to you. Now, my Virgo friends who are actors, even if you're voice actors or something like that, having this full moon in Pisces may actually give you exposure to very significant relationships in your life that help you move your craft forward. So consider that as well if you are an actor, you write poetry, you sing, any one of those dynamics, okay? On the 22nd, we're going to see the sun move into the energy of Libra, bringing light, heat, life, and vitality. Now we are motivated around these relationships. We are motivated around this money, right? So you are putting your vitality, you are putting your attention. You've also got Mars here in Libra. So things in the second house, your money is trying to actualize. Your values are trying to actualize. That budget is trying to actualize. You're a Virgo. Keeping a budget is probably not hard, but we have also had a really delicious season where Venus was traveling in the energy of Libra. So Virgo, you might have been consuming. You might have been having things you find more pleasure in, whether you needed them or not, right? So either way, now that the sun is here, you're going to be really motivated to make some decisions around this money, to include, am I leaving this job? Am I leaving this career because I don't want to do this anymore? Or, oh, I've started this new career. It's time for me to nestle in and really let this grow. So you could see it moving like that. Now, on the same day as the sun moves into the energy of Libra, we start the autumn equinox, especially if you're here in the north. If you're in the south, you're going to be doing the spring, okay? Either way, Libra is our indicator that we are going to start a new season. And I want you to just take that so lovingly, funly, but seriously, because it means we stop moving through the energy of Virgo, this mutable state, and it is time to walk forward into what is next. It is time to walk with equilibrium, with justice, with balance, with conscious choice, and healthy one-on-one relationships into what's next for us in the season. And that's very exciting when it comes down to it, okay? Now, as we close out this month on the 27th, we're going to see Mercury taking that retrograde at 25 degrees of Libra. So the station day, when Mercury is actually turning retrograde, when any planet is actually stationing, those days can be hard or they can be a little off. You can even feel like your equilibrium is off. You may feel like the relationships with people around you are kind of crisp, you know, and this is a Mercury retrograde in Libra, the ultimate relationship sign. So have some grace with yourself, have some grace with other people as well. Nobody's exempt from a Mercury retrograde. And if you happen to be one of my Virgo friends that does have Mercury retrograde in your chart, especially in the energy of Libra, you may find yourself actually coming out more, right? You're not so tucked in like the rest of us are going to be. You may find yourself really having to interact with that outside world because it's almost like a retrograde return, and your retrograde Mercury will be like, oh, I totally get it. Let me say all these things. So it almost acts like a Leo season for you where you get real expressive. So if you do have Mercury retrograde in your chart, please let me know how you experience this next retrograde cycle. Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, I just want to hear from you whether you have retrograde Mercury or you do not, okay? All right, my beautiful friends, I hope you have a gorgeous month. Enjoy the rest of birthday time. Enjoy that new moon that is all about that Virgo energy. Like this video, comment, share, subscribe. If you haven't gotten your Stormie Grace Astrology Soulmate mug, go ahead and get it in the comment section down below or the description section down below or the merch store, okay? All right, you guys, I love you a ton, and I'll see you next month. Bye.